Hey guys, how you doing? Chris Rod, suncitylawncare. Enjoying my Sunday morning, as I hope you guys are as well. We are going to begin or initiate our overseeding process today. This will be the second year that I've done an overseeding of perennial rye inside of my hybrid Bermuda lawn here. So with that being said, I'm going to take you through a couple of steps. We're going to initiate with the scalping of the lawn. Now this is the mistake that I made last year, okay? And inside this video, I'll talk about some of the mistakes. But mistake number one, definitely not getting that turf low enough, okay? And the reason why I say low enough is because depending on your grass height, you need to bring it down. So as preparing to do your overseeding process, each week going into that step, you want to start dropping your cut height. And as you guys can see, all right, that is brown grass clippings. What you guys see me doing right now is I'm using my dethatching rake. Excuse me. Got the gardener's dethatching rake, okay? Yeah, it's a workout, and I'm not even done. You can use one of these for smaller properties. I got 1,000 square feet, even though it's a good workout. You can use a power rake. That way you're mechanically tearing up using those tines to get down to the grass. Okay, now the reason why I'm doing this is because of this right here, okay? So you see that green Bermuda grass still here? What happens is when it gets so thick and dense and you're using, in my case, a rotary mower, and you get all the family out here, we're stomping on it all the time so it flattens out. So a good process is to use a dethatcher or a power rake and pull that turf back. And what happens, as you can see, we're getting a lot taller grass blades than 1 inch that we can still cut off to help with the seed to soil contact. Soil to seed contact. So as you guys can see, this turf is like tearing up here. It's a lot taller. I can go back with a mower and chop some more of this off. Plus, what we're getting is some good airflow down to the soil system. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm gonna wrap up with some more of these darker grain spots, kind of get that leaf tissue to stand back up a little more so I can go over it with the mower one more time. All right, guys, I'm back, I'm done. Finally did the scalping of the lawn, and as you guys can see, it is a noticeable difference, okay? The mower cut, the height, again, this is one of the mistakes that I made last season, and quite often, more than it should, one of the other mistakes I see the lawn care professionals or homeowners doing out there is not dropping that cut height in time or at the appropriate height during that overseeding process. Now, what I mean by at the right time, okay? you need to look at your soil temperatures when you're gonna do your overseeding process. So we're in here in West Texas and we're in the South, okay? And the soil temperatures that I'm looking for my overseeding process ranges from that 70 to 80 degrees on the soil temperatures, okay? You can use the Graincast online tool, date back a year and see when you got those appropriate soil temperatures. That way you've got a high enough soil temperature for seed germination and it's not low enough to inhibit that process, okay? So check your area. You guys up north, I know you guys are all doing your overseeding processes right now as well, because you got those lower soil temperatures. You guys are gonna start phasing into your fall, winter areas or your fall time periods. We still got about we got the rest of September, October, and then up until about the 3rd week in November before Bermuda grass even goes dormant. So we still got a good amount of time. The mistake that I made last year is I didn't drop the cut height low enough. So what I did today was we scalped it down, and I actually used my my raking tool, my little power rake, if you will, my handheld rake, to bring up some of that leaf tissue, that grass that's been matted and folded over, and that way I can go back over and cut it some more. This is one of the other mistakes that had happened last year, is I did not do that process. I didn't use my power rake there, or my dethatching rake. Now I went ahead and pulled a couple cores earlier, because a decision that you guys are going to have to make is whether or not you decide to aerate your lawns when you're doing your overseeding process, or using a power rake or dethatcher to dethatch your lawns. And when I say you need to make a decision, what I would recommend you do is pull a couple cores out, you know. And here's some examples that I did for you guys today. Is I pulled a couple cores out. We're going to talk about these products here in a second. And what I was trying to show you guys is that I don't have a very thick thatch layer, okay? It's almost non-existent, to be honest with you. I pulled cores from different parts of the yard. Here's another one. And see that Bermuda grass? It goes right from the crowns of the grass blade right to the soil there. I mean, there's really no thatch whatsoever. Here's another one. Crowns right into the sandy soil that we have, and here's one more, same thing, okay? Crowns right into the soil. So in making a decision whether you guys are going to dethatch your lawns really is going to be dependent on if you have a 1/2 inch of thatch or more inside your lawns or your soil system. If you do, then I would recommend you guys dethatching, okay? And the reason for that is you don't want that grass seed to compete with fighting to get through the thatch layer down to the soil surface, okay? So after I was done scalping, and if you guys will notice in the videos, I went north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, what is that? Southeast, northeast, what's the other one we can do? The other directions. I went diagonal every way possible, okay? And then I went one more time just to pick up any more grass clippings. And look at that. My grass clippings is taller than my mower over there. Then I went back and I did the dethatching on the areas that had a lot of that matted green Bermuda grass silk. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. That way I can get pure dirt. Okay, so what I'm looking at and what I'm looking for when I'm doing this is to get this grass down to where I can see the soil right there. This is like 1/2 inch. I can see soil everywhere. See, it's right there. Look at that. See the dirt? Okay, it's like that throughout the entire lawn now. This is that #1 mistake that I made last year, was not getting the cut down high enough or low enough. The additional steps I took to achieve this, though, to ensure that I don't have a truckload of grass clippings, is I've been applying my PGR, my plant growth regulator, okay? My last application was a week ago. Okay, that helped me with the process of scalping it down so I get good seed to soil contact, okay? That's the #1 mistake, is not getting that grass height down low enough so you've got good seed to soil contact, okay? Let's talk about some of the products we're going to be utilizing today. As you guys can see, we've got the Lanzi roller there. That's going to be used in cohesion with the peat moss. It's simply going to sieve. It's gonna siphon or filter out the big clumps of the peat moss, because that's not what I'm looking to achieve. Some of these bigger pieces, okay, I just want the actual dirt material inside of the peat moss, okay, the lighter fluffy stuff, maybe an 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch to coat the seed, okay. And then you guys can see I've got my spiker spreader that we're going to be using. And then let's talk about these products real quick, okay. You guys can make your own decisions when y'all are purchasing your products, okay. Typically when we're doing this, okay, as far as the lawn care professional status goes, when we're doing turf management and we're doing applications for clients, we are buying higher grade products, okay. One, not only because of the quality, but two, there's a better guarantee of certain things. And the primary example I want to give you is the grass seed that you guys buy, okay? You need to make a decision on where you're going to get your grass seed, okay? Do you want to go to big box store? You're the DIYer. I'm a DIYer. I do it in my lawn. I've done it in my lawn in the past where I didn't want to order a $150 bag of grass seed, okay? Over the years of doing this, you learn different things. And this would probably be, before I get into some other mistakes that I've made in the past, is buying your grass seed. What I would like you guys to do is go ahead and spend the money for quality grass seed, okay? So what you're doing is you're avoiding certain things. One, a lack of germination. Two, you're avoiding weeds, okay? So when you guys are purchasing a bag, and this is a bag of Pennington annual ryegrass from Home Depot, you need to pay attention to the back of the bag here, the label. What I'm focused on is not necessarily the variety or the cultivar of the actual grass seed, but I'm paying attention to the weed seeds that's in this bag, okay? So this particular bag actually has 0.25% of weed seed. I'm trying to avoid as many weeds as possible, because if I don't, it means more work for me in the future throughout the winter or next season, okay? So what I end up doing, and I've been doing this for, as far as purchasing a quality grass seed, going on 3 years now, where we spend the money on quality grass seed to avoid weed seed, okay? This is a blue tag certified out of Oregon, okay, mix. We've got 3 different cultivars. We've got the Slugger, the Stellar, and the Grand Slam, all perennial ryegrass, okay? And there's 0% weed seed, okay? I want to repeat that. 0% of weed seed. So if I happen to get an winter annual weed come germination time, it's not because of the seed. It's because of what might be in the soil system already. So I understand that. I know that. Quality grass seed. It's a 25-pound bag. I don't remember. I think it was $135. I forget off the top of my head. But outside of that, make sure you guys get a quality grass seed. And then the next product that I want to talk about real quick is your fertilizer. You got to make sure your fertilizer is right, okay? Get your fert right if you're going to be doing this overseeding process. You can get a standard bag of fertilizer from Home Depot or Lowe's. A lot of people will use just a starter fertilizer. It's high in nitrogen, high in phosphorus, it's a little lower in potassium, but it gives you what you need, that high boost of N and that high boost of phosphorus, which is going to help for that that seed germination process. That's what we're looking for. So what I have there is a 12-18-8. I got that from the lawncarenut.com's website. That is a Jonathan Green for seeding and sodding. It is high in phosphorus, okay? I want that high phosphorus. I haven't applied any phosphorus to this lawn whatsoever all season, because if you've been following along in the channel, we've been in the process of lowering my pH. So I've been using 2100 ammonium sulfate. That's another video. Check it out down below. But so we haven't been applying any phosphorus. So I know from soil tests, I was already high in phosphorus, so I didn't need to apply anymore, but this boost of phosphorus should really help that seed germination after I apply it. Guys, that's it. All said and done. Overseeding my Bermuda lawn, hybrid Bermuda with a perennial ryegrass. has been completed for the season. Now all I got to do left is apply sunlight and water, consistent water. Okay, that's the key to germination. Seed to soil contact, heat from the sun, and H2O, plenty of water so that seedling cracks open, germinates, sends the root down, and starts that top growth. Okay, if you guys have any questions, don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to shoot me a message and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Chris Rod signing off. Have a good one.